Attack!
Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this video. This is the projectX team, a silver level UGC team with myself, Michael, Retro, Duder, and a bunch of other fun cats like Gets Jam, Ethel, Jonesy, McNugget Fiend, Duder. I already said Duder. I might be missing a couple classes there, but that's pretty much everybody. Anyways, this is our Swiftwater match from this last Monday. I also am releasing some Fraps footage of our scrim on Sunday, the day before. That was a good scrim, productive, and team comms are on that video. This is just my POV. You can see I don't use view models. Gonna be on this heel gun most of the time, but we're gonna do a little analysis, little self-critique, little team critique, and you know, in the meantime, watch the game and see how this game goes. Gate's about to drop. My plan right now, I'm just gonna stay out of the way, don't get sniped. I'm looking at the cart. I'm trying to see if there's any spies that decloak. They can't come into spawn, and I'm feeling pretty safe right here, you know. So just chilling, just getting the heals up. My demo man and my soldier are gonna go out and bomb. Retro already jumped out there and died, and then there goes Gets. So I'm like, why don't we just post up here and wait for some respawns. Here comes Retro, and the other guy's about to get out here soon as well. So Ethel doing a good job spy checking, and people calling positions and stuff. So Jonesy, our sniper, gets a pick on Genobi, who I believe was their sniper, and we're moving the cart pretty well right now, and very close pop there. Almost lost that. I was down to 5 health. Kind of sucks to get forced there. You know, would be nice to have it, but at the same time, you know, use Uber once and we capture the whole first point without much of a problem. So I'll be pretty happy with that, and also we're pushing forward pretty quickly and pretty swiftly. I play medic fairly aggressively and get forward oftentimes in positions that I don't necessarily need to be in. But here, this is, as a team, we're doing a good job of getting forward. I see that sniper dot. Gets was calming that the sniper dot was there, so I'm like, dude, I'm going to keep my head checked, stay down low, and don't really worry about it. Obviously, since, well, maybe not obviously, but Jonesy's fully healed, so healing him doesn't build my Uber as fast as if I was healing somebody who was damaged or who was not at full buff, but that's just how it goes sometimes. You know, I'm still building at least. Now we're working this right side while our players are pushing the court. Michael, as you can see, has got a bunch of stickies right there, and the sentry, I believe, is right above us. So I'm calming that we're on this side, and here comes this spy. Don't stop him from hitting the health pack, but at least we're getting out there. We got charged, we're ready to go. Coming out here, I was disappointed to drop Ethel there. Didn't get a flash on him in time, but a great capture by Michael, and I kind of get trapped in the corner by the Pyro. Thankfully get helped out, and then unfortunately lose Gets there as well. Trying to do some like crossbow heal craziness, but only get the 6 health heal on that because Duder was pretty full health, and get taken out by a body shot. Again, and you know, in payload sometimes, you know, stopwatch mode, it's like if we get a good capture and I die, I'm not too worried about it. Like I spawn pretty quickly. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get our situation together for the next point and attack in together. Now Duder's running the Boston Basher, which is very helpful. I'm trying to tell Michael here, like, let me fully buff you, or maybe that was later. Either way, we're getting posted up on the left-hand side of Swiftwater. I will admit that I haven't played this map a whole lot, and I didn't even really totally realize that this area existed, you know, maybe like 3 games ago, and then, you know, we're moving forward playing this, so now I'm a little bit more used to it. Afterwards, though, after the match, I was kind of communicating about this scenario right here. I was not comfortable. I'm standing here, but it's just Gets and I. It's just me and the heavy. I'm not building fast because he's just buffed and nothing is changing. He's not taking any damage, so my Uber charge is building kind of slow. And I'm feeling like very unprotected and trapped, which is not a good feeling if you're a medic. I just feel like they could almost just storm up through this door and or through those stairs, clear me out, and take out Gets and I. So definitely feel kind of uncomfortable in this area. We're losing a couple players, as you can see in the kill feed, losing our soldier, our pyro, and our sniper. So that's a pick class and 2 offense classes. We discover that there are demos there, or the spies there, and I was like, you know what, dude, I'm getting attacked by a soldier. I gotta pop. Could maybe have popped like a little bit later. And this just gets ugly. I shouldn't have gone down here. I should have already been backing out. But I wanted to save Michael, and that's a scenario where I should just let him die. I mean, like, straight up, I should just, you gotta worry about yourself sometimes, and probably should just ran for the hills. But, you know, I play medic like, I don't know, I guess like the motto of the Marines. Maybe I'm totally screwing this up, but no man left behind. So I try to keep everybody alive all the time, and that's my style. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't work, but hey, whatever. So we rock this right side, and I believe I'm comment at the time like, yo, we gotta stay alive, we gotta get it together, and we just gotta work on getting a couple picks and forming up. So that's what we're trying to do here. But decent stab there. Like, losing Duder, like, you know, if you lose your scout and you kill the spy, that's not a bad trade, because, you know, he's a scout. He's supposed to be scouting what's going on. And if you trade him for a spy, I would take that. You know, a scout, like, is a very helpful player. And also, unfortunately, here I fall down. A scout is a very helpful player, but, you know, it's a good trade. I'd be happy with that trade. But we lost Michael there as well, and that slowed us down. And now we're just pushing. I think actually here I'm just calling like, well, let's just go for it. If they're going to give us a lot of space to work with, let's just go with it. Let's just push in, be aggressive here. It takes a while for me to be forced to pop. I don't really need to flash Ethel there, and I think that actually slows down our capture a little bit. And then gets thrown around, and I'm just trying to get to him to heal up. And I like this rotation, you know, rotate to this far side, kills the pyro. And where their spawn is, there's nothing that's coming behind me. So thankfully, Getz does a fantastic job as a sandwich dispenser, and he throws that out for me. And I'm like, oh, you know, might as well push the cart. Usually medic should not be pushing the cart, but, you know, there's certain circumstances where with your players and whatnot, you got to have that ×3 on there, and there you go. The soldier was actually called there. Somebody calmed and said, hey, you know, soldiers in the house behind whatever. Unfortunately, though, I couldn't really pinpoint his location. I should have gotten off the cart. Oh, well. So we're pushing aggressively up the hill here, making really good progress. What's important here is that if you're able to control this area right now where we're at, and you need to continue to control it, and then it's easy capture. It's no biggie. So we're pretty far forward. Ethel goes down, and then I get backstabbed. And I believe at this point, too, I'm calming, like, make sure we finish that capture. Finish that capture. Because that's what's most important. It rotates the spawns. It changes the spawn timers a little bit. And very important that we don't lose that. So nice capture there. Very pleased with that. And we're continuing to push the cart as far as they'll let us, basically. And that's an important concept as well. And, yeah, I mean, and payload, generally speaking, that anytime you have an opportunity to push the cart and you're not facing much resistance, you need to push it as far as possible. Now we're trying to control this house area, and based off of how our scrims went, I felt this was really important. This was something that I communicated to our team. I said it's very important that we control this house, and you know, I leave Getz behind there. I don't know how I feel about that. Spy is out. Yeah, it's kind of a silly play to try to like go for some sort of Uber saw, but I'm worried about that. And I have my back to the gate. I see that spy up on top. Back to the gate, and I get punished for it. Wow, that was also a very nice air shot by Star Knight. I want to give a shout out to this team Wild. I'd seen some of their guys around like in lobbies and stuff, and I feel like they played pretty well in this lobby. Or sorry, this match. This was a match. Not gonna spoil the result, but I just want to give a shout out to those guys. This will be in 2 parts. I'm gonna staple them together though, so you don't really need to know that. I die again. This demo coming out of the gates, and I was calling it this time too, which came under some criticism from the team later. But I was calling. I was like, let's just push. You know, let's get aggressive. Let's get that cart close. Considering that I just had gone down before, I feel like it wasn't that bad of a sacrifice, but I did get chastised a little bit. I was like, we're just kind of running in there, trying to make it happen. And sometimes in payload and in Highlander 6s, whatever, you can't just make something happen via willpower. You actually have to do the work. You actually have to get the kills and make a difference. So Michael gets a frag on the soldier, which is nice. And working through here, gets the sentry gun down as well. It puts us in a very nice position. Duder jumps down, touches the cart. I think he's still alive, so he's still trying to work the cart. We're just trying to bring the pressure. I take a little peek to see what's out there. Maybe a little risky. Jonesy gets a snipe. And just trying to get Getz buffed up and continue to bring the pressure. The cart is very close to being captured. Getz grabs the health, and then that allows me to buff him up. Retro, nice kill on Star Knight. And we're moving out the side. I like this very much. I just pop, basically just because one of those circumstances that, invulnerable heavy, going to allow us to get in there and get the capture. So, 9:41, pretty happy with that time. And now that puts us on defense. And we'll see how this setup time goes and where we set up and stuff. I definitely think that as a team, this is still a map that we're growing on. projectX as a whole is still definitely growing. We're getting better with our teamwork. Made a couple roster changes, a little bit of juggling. Getz is new as a starter this season on heavy, but he played heavy for us last season. And I'm kind of newish to playing a Highlander. I mean, completely honest with you guys, this is the first team that I've been starting with consistently week after week. It's been a very fun experience. We've had some losses the last couple weeks, but we're growing, we're getting better, our comps are getting better. Michael played with us last week on Turbine. But he's new in this demo man spot. So a lot of changes, a lot of us still getting used to things and switching things around. But here we are on this defense. I'm posting up right here. There was some communication, if you're reading the text, by Jonesy about where Michael should set up his traps. And getting good buffs and holding around. Genobi gets the snipe on Jonesy. So without our sniper, which kind of sucks, Retro scores a little air shot on the side. But their soldier ends up getting away. A stab, a sap on our sentry. And then I feel the jump, or somebody calm the jump, so I pop early. Gets out there just to be a nuisance. I switched to crossbow to try to get some sort of heal. And man, yeah, that wrangled sentry was just too much. Michael, I believe, actually called that a little bit early. Was like, you guys need to get out of there. And with that Uber and Ubering Getz, I was like, let's stall the cart. Let's get out there. I don't know if that was necessarily the right call. I was cheering on Duder right there. But sadly, Duder not able to get the kill. He's very low health. And that Gunslinger Wrangle did a really good job of cutting me off. And that's something I communicated later. I was like, if he gets up there and gets on that roof with that Gunslinger Wrangle, like, that cuts off my escape. Something that we focused on a lot as a team was, trying to figure out how to get out and reset on the next point. And pretty happy with how that worked out on this one. I mean, we have our sentries going up. They just captured the first point, and we're getting pretty set. I'm putting a lot of buffs down, and Ethel finds the spy, which is always quite nice. Definitely one of our plans right here is to have Retro hold that upper area and keep an eye on it. He's got that mobility that he can get up there. And Ethel's helping him out as well. And yeah, I get a little disconnected for a second there, trying to get over and buff Duder, but he stays alive, and then I get the buff on him. Chastise him slightly for picking up that sandwich. It was so close, he didn't think he picked it up, but he did brush against it. So a little unfortunate there that Getz throws out the sandwich. Kind of a waste. Like, he must have picked it up at like 124 health. So a little unfortunate there. So we're just posted up, not really worrying about controlling the tunnel. I come out here, probably could have, hesitated a little bit longer on this Uber charge, but working with Michael, trying not to get caught out here. Go for the Uber saw. Yeah, a little sloppy there. That's just how I do, man. It's just how I do. And I got punished for it, and yeah, defense kind of falling apart a little bit. Ethel with the vicious stab on him. It's kind of tough luck. I'm just trying to get out to the horseshoe. I'm like, oh man, I do not want to be here. Throw out a quick crossbow bolt and still like waiting for some spawns or whatever, trying to get upstairs here. This is a real kind of sticky area as well. I spot the spy, call that out, but trying to stay close to get our heavy weapons man, and thankfully we find the spy, getting set up a little bit. See the demo man, I'm like, oh snap, please somebody kill that dude. Gets hops down, we're putting a little bit of pressure, golden triangles, our engineer trying to help out. And wow, what a great minigun position as well. I'm calling out, I'm like, yo, we gotta take care of that, we gotta take care of that. But we're still getting pressure from the side, and this is just a terrible location to be in. Crossbow, get a hit, okay. And they're still in there, still pushing, and we're losing numbers. And I think at this point, I'm just like, dude, I gotta get the hell out of here. But unfortunately get closed out by Dreadnought and taken down. So a tough defense here. We get cleared out of this point, I'll be honest. And so we're starting to sweat a little bit. We're like, oh man, like we just got rocked on that point. That was a really quick capture by them, much quicker than our capture. And then look at that engineer, such a pain in the ass. Doing a good job with that wrangled gunslinger. Offensive NG style, I love it. And then good, super aggressive Uber by them. Maybe a little too far, Retro with that whip, whipping his medic back and forth. And we're just, trying to deal some sort of damage. Jonesy, big snipe on their medic. So I'm like, well, the heavy's alone. Let's get out there. Let's kill the heavy. And now we're starting to assert our position. And I think that, yeah, maybe a little too aggressive by them, because I mean they lost their medic. I don't know if we actually got their heavy or not. But if their medic would have stayed alive and stayed back, I could have controlled this area more and stopped us from getting set up here. You can see I got 96% Uber, not very comfortable with that. And there we go, finally going to get my Uber charge and set up shop here. Gets sniped. And I like this wall. This is kind of where I ended up staying a lot of the time. And I dropped back here when I was a little bit more afraid of the sniper. But Jonesy gets the snipe on their sniper, so that frees me up to come out and be a little bit more aggressive with my healing. Yep, that is right, aggressive with my healing. And teams respawning, we're getting back up here. They just have kind of a ×1 on the cart. Ghoul Master, their engineer, doing a good job, being annoying, being aggressive. But he's taken out. So right there, I'm really worried about the sticky damage coming in. Worried about a spy, worried about a sniper. So I'm looking behind me quite a bit. Most of my attention focused on watching my own back. Also very careful about the spy spot or sniper through the window. And then right there, I was like, you know what, screw it, dude. This guy's all over me. Thankfully, they popped Uber as well. Uber a little bit later. I see the spy and get at least a hit there. I'm not entirely sure whether that was dead ringer or not. And then I didn't know gets his health. Go for a crossbow heal there. The only thing with the crossbow, and that's the thing, is like I used to be a big campaigner for the Blutsauger, but the crossbow is pretty amazing. And in Highlander, I think that just how many players are around and the flow of Highlander, the Blutsauger is just not something you should be using. Now Jonesy did bump into the spy there. I didn't see that when we were playing, because I don't believe so. And then there goes the spy, gets on golden. I was gonna say with the crossbow though, some things with the crossbow is like you throw out those. Oh man, that stab was really good by What's Your Deal. Good rotation. Good stab. I did not expect him to be there. But with the crossbow, sometimes you want to throw out these kind of like spammy random shots, and then you go back to healing, and then all of a sudden you need your crossbow, and you go to your crossbow and you don't have it. So you got to be careful with that with the crossbow. I mainly popped that Uber to save Michael. I was a little bit worried about him there. I don't know. Tough to say whether they stopped focusing him because I Ubered him, or they just didn't really care about him after that. So that Uber was kind of so-so. We might have picked their medic, which is why I was like, yeah, just pop it. That's kind of a good call because usually how it goes is it's like, you see this a lot more in 6s, but it's like if you kill their medic and you have uber charge, if you just keep waiting, then all of a sudden they're going to jump you. You're going to be forced to pop the uber to save yourself, and then they're like 30-40% away from uber charge. If you use the uber aggressively right when their medic goes down, you can get some frags, you can get some kills, and then you're going to have the uber at the same time that they have the uber charge. And that's when they're going to attack in. So that works out pretty well. And Pit class is getting some kills. Jonesy gets 2, Nugget gets 1, and we're doing pretty good. So this hold going real solid. A minute left overall for us to just like hang on here. Gets pretty aggressive on the house. And right here too, I believe, like, I'm talking to Nugget and he's like, oh, spy's around, and I was healing that spy, looking at him healing that spy, and I was like, Nugget, are you by me? And he's like, no. And oh shit, you know, that is not Nugget. That one is McNugget Fiend though, and he gets a nice stab, and we're doing good again. Scout gets on me, no choice but to pop, but you know, 45 health, pretty happy with it. Try to get in here to save Duder, but nope, doesn't happen. And that's kind of what I was talking about in regards to me just, you know, going crazy and wanting to keep everybody alive. I wanted to save his life, man. Wanted to save his life. So we're down at 30 seconds on this set, and that pretty much kind of locks this half down. Spy in my face, get a crossbow, which is nice. And players all over the place, but you know, where the clock is, it's not going to be a problem. We actually lost McNugget Fiend. He dropped out of the match for a second, but it was no biggie. You know, we knew where we were at. We knew we were going to be fine, so we didn't bother pausing. I mean, that's not to be dicks or anything, but we just, you know, we knew we had it unlocked, so there's no need for a pause. So good first half. We were certainly pretty happy with that. And I'm going to set up the second half demo, and we will be right back. Alright, so here we are on the second half. We got to play defense first. That's how it goes, A-B-B-A, if you were curious. And certainly we decided to switch up our plan a little bit on defense. As you may have noticed, that last defensive hold, we didn't do that great of a job of holding on to the first point. Golden Triangles got he got stabbed, he got his gear sapped, and we were like, you know what, let's try something new, let's try something different. This is not something that we've practiced, that we had really tried that much before. You know, maybe Golden was familiar with this setup, but like I said, we didn't try this in the scrim. This is something in response to how the scrims went, and in response to how the first half went. So I'm posted up here, and basically we're kind of just posing right now. I was like, let's stand behind the fence. Let's pretend like we're doing the same hold. I actually don't know whether they can see that right-hand side. Like I said, I don't play this match a whole lot. This map, excuse me. But we're just playing pretend right now, and then it's like, okay, now get in the house, get in the house, get in the house. And we get set up here. So you can see Golden Triangles throwing his sentry gun out here. And we're going to try this out. I mean, it offers more protection. There's no sniper lines. But there's still the danger of getting jumped from the demo man or the soldier going into our house. And that's something, you know, that we talked about. And I don't know, I guess talked about afterwards, talked about during a little bit. But very concerned about, you know, either getting stabbed by a spy coming into the house or just somebody jumping up top and then just getting totally trapped. Devilman could probably throw some rollers in there, but there we go. He comes down. I see the spy. I kind of body block him a little bit, but he still unfortunately gets the stab. You know, I called it, but you know, sometimes you can only react so fast, processing information. And that Uber pop was, I don't know, it was all right. We got some action. I see this guy, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. Get a stab and a saw. Was really hoping I'd be able to get out of there, take that saw, escape, ditch the point, but Star Knight in the right place at the right time, and gets a good frag, so props to him for that. McNugget rocking that cloak and dagger, not able to save Michael. Again, lose that point pretty quickly, but you know, I feel alright about that hold. It went okay. We're getting set up here. Golden, you know, went down with that stab. We're getting set up. Again, kind of forfeiting the tunnels. You know, if you got an early setup, if it works out that you can put an aggressive hold in there, go for it. But we just weren't in a situation where we were going to be able to make that happen. Nugget gets a double stab, Ethel got stabbed, and then Golden Triangles unfortunately goes down right there. Yeah, that is definitely the spy right there. But thankfully gets no face stab in his future. And we lose our gear, we lose our setup, but we have our players up, and that's pretty important. 70% Uber as well, so just trying to get my buffs out, trying to help everybody out, and get ready to go. I definitely, you know, try to keep my sniper fairly buffed up, just to give a little extra protection, and then call that engineer. Definitely like, get that engineer, do not let him come in here. And they get the Uber a little bit earlier than we do. Do a pretty good job. I flashed Michael. I just didn't know quite what was going on in the tunnel. Flash gets as well. Trying to get to Ethel because I knew he was under attack. And then again, this is kind of a crazy situation. I'm a little disconnected, and I'm like, I do not trust any of these guys. And I knew that there was some action going on there. I was hoping I could maybe get an Uber saw or something. Gets, great job rotating around, staying alive, gets the frag. And then we're back out here, and Duder goes down. Huge air pipe. Try to get a stab there. Shit is going crazy. Barely get the health back. And Michael surviving. And then I really like this right here. We lose that left-hand side. The cart's so close to the capture, and we're just like, you know what? Let's just hold back. This is a back hold. I tell Getz he's calling medic. He's got 47 health, but you know what? Just buff Retro. Let's get him up top. Let's get people where they need to be. And then I'll get to Getz. And then, you know, he gets those crit heals, the super fast heals. Not even really sure where or by what that I got hit there. And then I see the spy as well. But thankfully, I mean, I had pretty full health by that time, but thankfully he doesn't kind of come after me. And we're still just trying to hold on tight to this point and not give it up. The roller kills Dreadnought. The spy in my face again. At least it gives me a second to reload my crossbow. He kind of backs out after he gets picked up, and kind of a weak attempt there. I mean, you know, I'm not degrading his play, but I mean, you know, it was fairly obvious. Like, the spy had gotten behind us, and then we just see this like random scout just like hanging out. Like, yeah, I know you're a spy. So now that the situation is a bit better, we start getting a little bit closer to the car, a little bit closer to this left-hand side. We have the Uber charge as well, so I'm like, well, you know, it's like they just try to push in or try to hop on the cart. We can just Uber and block them. We also called for Golden. We're like, no, why don't we get reset up? You know, he was sitting up in the back. I called for these guys to come back and get a buff. Maybe in danger of being sniped here. That's kind of like a post-thought about this situation. I didn't get sniped, you know, which is nice, but probably not the best angle. And then, yeah, for a weird moment there, not around anybody, not in a heal situation. Trying to follow Duder to get him buffed up, but just this right-hand side works out pretty well. Handing out buffs left and right, doing what I do, and I say, you know what? Let's just get aggro on him, and this pays out. I mean, if you're playing defense, we got 2 frags. We forced them to pop Uber. Getz Jam goes down, but we got the Uber out of him, so I was fairly happy with that. This sniper spawn, again, very nice. If I wasn't trying to snipe it down with my own crossbow, probably could have healed Jonesy and kept him alive. And then I see him on the cart. I'm like, whoa, let's just get out of there. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know. Looking at it now, maybe I should have held on to that Uber. You know, maybe we should have just fallen back or played it slow and waited for them to make a move and then counter Ubered. Because we did end up conceding the point, but it was a very nice hold for quite a while. Fubi, nice body shot there, brah, and gets the pick on me. Golden Triangles goes down. There goes that point, man. That's a very nice stab though by McNugget, because basically, you know, the cart tops off at ×3. A spy is ×2. I mean, that's most of the cart, and McNugget just, you know, put a stop to that right away. And after the last round, I'm like, I need to stay in a spot that I can escape from. But where their combo is and stuff, I'm just like, man, this is so much trouble. Try to get Michael, and then I see him going down. I'm like, dude, I just gotta get the hell out of there. Soldiers on me again, and then the Uber saw. What is up? Yeah, that's right. Was pretty happy with that one. That's why he gets the yell bind. You know, which if you kill me in a game, go ahead and yell at me. I give you guys like free reign. I will smile at you. That's what I will do if you yell at me. But anyways, very happy to get that Uber Saw. I mean, it's helpful. You know, 25%. It always makes a difference. I'm so glad they banned the Vita Saw. Because I don't want to run it. I want to run the Uber Saw, and the Vita Saw, too good, too good. So thankfully, with that 25%, we're going to get the Uber charge. There we go. We're ready to go. I'm really careful about that window. I've gotten sniped from that window before, but the team is communicating. I'm pretty safe. There's no need to worry about that. And I'm just trying to chill out and buff everybody up and get another vicious hold on this point, because that's what we did last time and it worked pretty well, so why not do it again? Doing a good job picking up Retro there. He was very low health. He's going to pick up the health pack. He communicates that to me, and I say, well, now I'm going to buff you. It's always really good, you know, of course, to keep that health pack around so that, you know, if your medic needs it, you just walk over and pick it up. But at the same time, and in certain circumstances, if your medic's fairly healthy, and oh yeah, that was unfortunate. Getz was calling for the pop as well. Probably a little bit of map inexperience, you know, led to me kind of like struggling to jump over that wall. And if we had popped there, you know, at least we probably would have gotten some frags or whatever. But as I was saying about like the heals and stuff, sometimes like with Highlander, because there's so many people, if you have half health, pick up the health pack, and then your medic can buff you, and then you can leave, and then you can get to buffing other people. It's just something that you should be conscious of and willing to do from time to time. And again, some nice saves of some of our players that were at very low health. Pleased to keep them alive and happy. Demo Man was called out coming from upstairs. Thankfully, people do a good job of taking him out quickly. So he never really pressures me, never really coming in any trouble from him. Again, just trying to, you know, oh god, and I just spilled my drink, which is a tragedy, but like a boss, I'm going to keep casting, even though my lap is wet. And I think I just missed calling out the fantastic hiding spot there by the Cloak and Dagger. Spy just sitting there in the corner, and then he gets Jonesy one more time, so what's your deal? Playing very well. And bomb over the top, I pop, you know, thankfully, and good time, get taken down to 80 health, half health, by the first shot from that Demo Man, and then reset and get the pop, and, you know, there we go, start building again. Take the sandwich there, yeah, maybe, probably could have left it, to be honest, probably could have left it. It's just, it's comforting, it's comfort food, that's what that is. It's just, oh man, that drove me wild. I mean, you know, I like to buff everybody. Spy walks up. I mean, he executed that so quick that even if I had calmed that, even if I had said, oh my god, there's Spy, like, it would have been done, you know? So, again, I mean, what's your deal? Great plays. He also gets a stab on Retro. And, wow, I almost get killed there. Was pretty low health. And pick up this health pack to kind of reset my situation. And they're pushing this point, but they haven't captured it quite yet, so we decide, you know what, like, why don't we go out there, why don't we contest it? Because they're on this hill, and if we give them that hill, you know, they're going to get the capture point, they're going to get better spawns, but if we contest this hill and don't let them fight up there, we're going to be in a much better situation. And good D at first by Star Knight. I probably, you know, like, uber criticizing my play. I probably should have drifted to the left and kept my pyro in between the soldier and myself. That's a very important concept for medics, is like when you're running away, I mean, you gotta run away at sometimes, I mean, it's just inevitable. But when you're running away, you gotta run away in a way that keeps your players in between you and the person who's chasing after you. If I had kept Ethel in between the soldier and myself, you know, he either would have hit Ethel with a rocket, which would have kept me alive, or Ethel would have reflected like a boss, which also would have kept me alive. So, kind of, really, that's what I should have done there. Ethel, a little lag stutter. The Spy is still behind us, but we scared him off for the moment, so we're just gonna be conscious. And you can see we're a little suspicious there. Like, I don't trust you, Jonesy. You're calling for medic. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. And I think Spy is still kind of behind us, so I'm still a little paranoid. Our sentry gun gets sapped down. Not sure if Jonesy was building, or sorry, if Golden was building on the last point. And then, yeah, here he comes. And that was really unfortunate because I was like 90% when I got stabbed, and I was feeling like really paranoid, you know, like where's this all coming from? But they did a good job of Ubering and pushing in, and looks like they're going to capture the point here. And then the demo, yeah, spawn camping us, but thankfully, like, able to stay alive with this, like, 45 health. And don't know the map very well, like, try to, like, run into that spawn area. Then I come up here, I'm like, oh, shit, let's get the hell out of there. Yep, dropping some S-bombs. And then we're setting up over here, and I like this spot. This is a really good spot to hold. And we witnessed this in our scrim, and I don't know. Even we played a lobby as well, and it's just a great spot to hold on defense. I mean, you're controlling this gate, you're controlling the far right side, you're taking a look at the other flank, and if you need to move on a cart, it's right there. So what's your deal? Backstabs Jonesy, so I know he's around here somewhere. Yep, feeling that paranoia, but just trying to stay cool. Stay cool. Jonesy calls it out as he goes down as well. And yeah, just trying to spread some buffs. Retro watching kind of the far side, and we got 95%. So that's cool. That's cool. That's nice. And just posting up, man. I mean, and that's what you got to do on defense sometimes. You know, want to react to some of the calls and stuff that's coming in. You know, a little suspicious for a split second there of that scout, but no, it's really Duder. So that's cool. And then just, again, you know, trying to spread the buffs. We got a lot of teammates here, so we're pushing forward just a little bit, trying to see where they're at. Retro's starting to go far a little bit. And I decided, well, you know what? Let's just post up with Michael here as well and get a little bit more forward hold, trying to keep Retro alive. The health pack being here is definitely makes this a desirable location to hold on to. And then I just get paranoid. I'm like, well, ugh, like it's a nasty situation, all on top of us. Due to the bat kill, don't know if Shadowrunner was the medic. I hear the spy call, so I'm just like, whoa, like gotta get back here and help defend real quick. Get a little disconnected. I see Michael though, so I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna heal Michael. Get's running up the stairs as well, so I'm gonna heal Get. And this is kind of a sketchy situation. They're starting to move up. The sniper goes down, and we actually were paranoid as well. We're like, that might be a dead ringer just playing games with us. And I'm gonna pick up the health pack here, and again, you know, reset. Anytime you're low health, you gotta take care of yourself first. Priority as a medic. You know, healing people. Yep, that's one of your main goals, but. Taking care of yourself is #1 most important thing. So Michael with a caber kill. I didn't even know he was rocking that, but there you go. Shouting something about Admiral Akbar. And Jonesy gets the big snipe on the medic. So that's just huge. I mean, yeah, like sniper spy can definitely swing circumstances to your favor. Highlander, I mean, like, you know, 6 is, it comes down to just the basic gameplay of how well you're playing, your situations, how you're handling these situations. But if you get big picks, I mean, if you kill a medic, you kill, oh yeah, that's hilarious right there. Good job by Fubi with the Girardi and Bushwhacker kill. If you're getting big kills, you know, on the medic, that just makes your entire life so much easier. So we're getting pretty aggressive, but we're like, yeah, maybe we should pull back and not get too carried away here. Retro in agreement with me there, and we back up a little bit. 40 seconds, and you know, in stopwatch payload, it's a pretty big difference whether they actually capture the last point or not. You know, if they don't capture the last point here, then we just have to capture the 4th point faster than them to get the win. And if we don't do that, then we have, you know, the amount of time that we have on the map to capture, and we're doing pretty good. So 10 seconds left, and I'm like, I got this Uber charge, we got this on lockdown. They're on the car. I'm like, screw it, you know, jump on the point with Uber charge, no problem. I will admit that here and other times, I had forgotten about overtime, and looks like Getz threw down a quick taunt there. So maybe a little premature with jumping on the cart with Ubercharge, but you know what? That's just how it goes. That's just how I roll. And I believe we're going to have a pause coming up here. McNugget was having problems with his loadout, and some of their players are having problems with their loadout as well. So once we get there, I'll just cut it out in post-production. Gotta love it. But that's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, it certainly kind of hurts them a little bit in the setup time, and definitely unfortunate for them that they did that. Big ups to EOR for making an on-stream or video here, whatever, with a Steam announcement. I put myself in offline mode, but I guess I forgot to disable those notifications. And there we go. That's where one of their players leaves, and then we get our pause, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back from the pause. Our spy a little late to the game. Maybe an early resumption from those guys. But, you know, they're missing some players as well, so whatever. It's cool. We don't mind. And kind of same drill. You had golden triangles with, whatchamacallit, the short circuit. Trying to get those stickies, but Dreadnought still huge 3K. Yeah, maybe a little premature there, a little overconfidence in the short circuit. But, you know, still same game plan. Get out there, go for a bomb. Not really a save there on Retro, really. You know, could have just ran back to the cabinet. But that's how I roll. That's how I roll. And worried about the sniper, and then I just decided, you know what, I just got to get out of here, got to get some buffs on some people, and let's push this cart. So, you know, because of that pause problem, these guys probably, you know, kind of had a softer than usual first point defense. Get it up the hill, no problem, and tuck it in here, no problem as well. The spy trying to come in here, but thankfully it goes for my teammates first. And we're golden there. So because of the delay, they're going to get set up in this tunnel here. They're right around the corner, and trying to deal with this. It's a tough spot. I get Michael with the 20 health. Tried around the corner to get a flash on him so that he can deal with the sentry a little bit. Doesn't happen. Getz goes up against the Wrangler, but no, taken out. Damn that shield to hell. I mean, I love the Wrangler, except for the shield. I think it's great, it adds a ton to the game, except for the shield. So, yeah, we're going to get set up here, and there's a call. Not sure who called it. I think it was Michael. It says, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go around. Let's just ignore that sentry. We post up here for a little bit, and then finally the communications start to roll in. We're like, oh, yeah, let's not go this way. And now we're going through this up top. I love this move. I thought this was a great play by us, especially since Golden is with us. He's going to drop a mini sentry right here. I jumped down with Retro. Maybe could have stayed with Getz. Getz comes down, though, as well. At this point, we're getting a lot of frags. I'm on the cart. Want to kind of get back to Retro. A little kind of indecisive-y. Making sure that we're all cleared out there. The rest of our players are up. ×7 on the cart. But that doesn't do any good. Now Michael's coming out here. Big frags right there. And then the follow-up gets everybody coming in. And great stuff right there. Their scout kind of on the prowl, but we're going to get the capture. I see their sniper, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then their scout's going to get on me. Unfortunately, go down with 86%. It was a big damage shot by Luke there. Not Lucky Luke, mind you, just regular Luke. And get the spawns, but I mean, yeah, very happy with that second capture. They had a very solid defense there on the in the tunnels. And then I think this is what I was kind of alluding to earlier. I was like, Michael, let me buff you all the way, send him on his way. And I'm just hanging out here, waiting for somebody, rotating here. In some of these areas, the calls, the communications, the labeling, a little unclear. I was calling this rails because I'm like, you know, this is where the cart goes. That's the rails. Duder was there, but doesn't realize that I'm totally under assault. Get 2 crossbows, loving it. Missed the other one. Spy is there. it's just really me and McNugget. I know this dude's going for the health pack. I try to get the kill. I think if I would have hit him once before he touched it, I would have been good. And then, of course, you know, I figured that one out. Seeing Duder and then seeing that. And then now my team is rallying around me, and I'm feeling safer, and we're in a good spot. So now we're kind of resetting a little bit. And I will admit, I feel like this point was like our problem point. It was our problem point on defense. And I feel like it's our problem point on offense as well. It's just not our strongest point. Here comes a spy, and then I get hit again. I'm trying to get to that health back. And, oh, man, I fucked that up. Dropping F-bombs. Because, yeah, I needed to back up over that. I shouldn't have been so forward with getting heals. I don't know. Shouldn't have gone down there, and I think that if I would have stayed up here, we would be pushing in already and have this point captured. I make the call here, I believe, to let's just go for it, you know. Let's just try and make it happen. And we get a couple frags, and again, we're just going for it. Maybe. Can't quite remember. So yeah, maybe we don't do that. But we're so close on that cap, on that cart, that I really love to just push the final way, rotate the spawns, and get it done. So we just got 3 frags. Jonesy does go down. We got 3 frags. Getz and I are going to try to just kind of move through the top here, but we're a little bit, a little indecisive. Starting to get some pressure on the point a little bit, and I just say at this point, I'm like, screw it, dude. I'm going to go for the cart. Duder does a good job jumping on cart with me at the exact same time, and there we go. Now, last time I got jumped right here, and so that's why I'm a little bit more mindful. I'm like, I need to get off the cart. I don't need to be right there. And we start controlling this upper area. We got Getz Jam over there. We got Michael over there. Demo, other team jumps in, gets dealt with quickly. And, we're controlling this upper part, and that's what makes this push a lot easier. I see that sniper, very long range, and their spy goes down as well. So, feeling very confident in this. We have the Uber charge. I'm like, Getz, get forward, dude. Like, push. I mean, he's doing it anyways, but encouragement. And then I just popped the Uber, because it wasn't the best situation, but at the same time, like, just the fact that we're here and that we're Ubered, they're not going to mess with us. And look how far we're getting the point of the cart. And there we go. We get the capture. We get the second set. We get the game. We get the win. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope it gave some of you aspiring medics out there some insights. Watching the play with some analysis versus some commentary. If you haven't seen it, I'm posting video footage of our scrim, slightly different roster. But with team commentary, it's very important, both sides of the coin, to focus on your game, to focus improving on what you're doing, but also to really focus as a team on how you're communicating, how you're working together, and how you're moving and grooving. Especially Highlanders versus Sixes. Sixes, it's 6 people. It's not as crowded voice communication-wise as a 9v9 Highlander situation. So your ability to communicate with each other and communicate pertinent information is very important. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was insightful to some newer players. And, maybe some of you more experienced players still enjoyed it. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I am eXtelevision. And I will see you next time. Peace out.